more so contains invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professionalism for today's symptoms only. The events and can talk today will be Ethem Tiki Tech. First, want to say happy Wednesday, everybody. Hope a great week, by the way. Respective recording time of 10:06 a.m. on Eastern Time. Ethereum currently trading $4,203, down about 3.21% so far. As you can see clearly on my left corner, beside my face covering some stocks, I would say in both the crypto and the equity market are relatively red today. And the key reason for driving, some correction or sell-off that we're seeing, is only 10 o'clock in the morning so far. It's because of on the pre-market perspective, the bond seems to be, spiking all over again. And also with respect to the recent consumer retail sector earnings results, it seems like it's a little bit, leading more toward a disappointing type of sentiment among investors. So when you have those type of mixture, obviously it disappoints Wall Street and also drives, some lack of positive outlook with respect to the economical outlook, right? Um, and on top of that, two specific reasons, there's also another macro reason. This is something that we encounter on a weekly basis, which is the weekend affectation, right? But you can tell that, on the 25th, and technically 26th, 27th, 28th, are going to be holiday weekend, right? The reason is because in the US, we have Thanksgiving holiday, right? And then subsequently on the 26th, it's the Black Friday holiday, right? So we will, I believe, on the equity side, tomorrow the market is going to be closed, and I think the 26th is going to be closed as well. So we will have 4 days of market closed on the equity side. But obviously, crypto is not going to be closed, but it will still incentivize some investors to take some profit, right? Because just put yourself in an investor's shoes, right? If you have been making profit the entire week, let's just say you are a rock star that way, or you've been bleeding like crazy, you like the opposite of a rock star. I don't know what that is, um, and you want to just get rid of that like feeling of being heightened, worried about where's your money going and things like that. You want to maybe just like sell your holding, right? And just keep that money to where you feel safe, right? That safe haven effects that investors typically want to just have that secure feeling of. That could also trigger a sell off, right? So it's a combination of three macro factors. But it seems like we're normalizing right now. I think that a lot of people obviously know that today's a Wednesday, so we are on the verge of the 4-day weekend ahead on the equity side. Selling off combined with the, already obviously the three factors that we've already identified so far, might, incur a rebound and subsequently kind of normalize from there. It wouldn't be surprising to me if we were to see some sell-off across the day, and then the smart money start to buy in throughout the day. And technically that will normalize the market actually. And that will also have some triangulations between the bond yields as well. So ultimately, I'm not a wizard, right? I'm just painting the picture in more of a simplistic perspective for you to understand what we are seeing, what's translated into the picture that we see in front of us, aka the $4,219, down about 2.82% so far for Ethereum. So let's just take a look at the news real quick. I would say some of the news are more recurring historical news that we have already known, but let's just go through them chronologically. The first one is on Decrypt 2 hours ago. Talk about Ethereum has burned about 1 million Ethereum since the August hard fork, the EIP 1559. So it's something that they just keeping counts. So we appreciate that number. Seems like 1 million Ethereum. That's a pretty good amount, for the last couple of months so far. So that's the more we burn, that will create some sort of a market imbalance that will translate into a higher price level. That's just basic logics in terms of supply and demand, right? And then the next one's on Decrypt 2 hours ago. Talk about Nasen or Nasen. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Add support for Ethereum Layer 2 scaling solutions Arbitrum. Since it seems like there's more cultivation around improving what is already a relatively successful platform, but they're improving upon some of the pain points. via this arbitrum proposition, right? Next one is on 3 hours ago on Barron's. With respect to Bitcoin and Shiba Inu, like hits India plans crypto ban. So this is something that seems like a small media affectation. We don't really have any confirmatory signals yet. Something that we have to look out for, because I don't foresee India to completely ban crypto. Maybe they are just uncomfortable with respect to their current commerce system right now. There's still a lot of unknown that they need to answer, but banning altogether, that just seems a little bit aggressive, right? I think they need to like refine and identify the key compliance and regulatory infrastructure first. Um, obviously establish some legality around it first before integrate it with, obviously using crypto assets as a form of payment or as a form of transaction in their ecosystem going forward, right? So banning, that's something that's I think is more of just a media affectation spin, to be honest with you. But who knows, right? They might, because it is a different country altogether. They do run in a different system. So who am I to say that that's not going to be the case? So we just have to keep an eye out on. We are optimistic ultimately, or hope for the best, right? The next one, CNBC, about Stripe, which is a fintech company, says that it's open to accepting crypto for payment 3 years after ending Bitcoin support. So that's amazing. So Stripe is one of the mega unicorns in the Silicon Valley, and they have a really strong team. I actually know some of the people at Stripe, good friends of mine, and they are accepting, crypto as a form of payment, via that they will be allowing or providing their commerce or e-commerce customers that build upon websites. Whenever you check out, on a specific merchant website, they Stripe basically build out the whole payment and fintech infrastructure for the respective online merchants. So it seems like they are offering some sort of a crypto exit option payment as well, which is something I appreciate. More value proposition cultivated around crypto, which is obviously gonna propel the market to go up from here. The next one's on Cardano. With respect to delist from eToro. So this is something that is obviously something related to legality issues on why they banning Cardano. Seems like some people are even saying that they are banning it. It seems very, comparable to the XRP, the listing news that we heard a while back. I mean, we read it, we take a grain of salt, right? But ultimately, what's the real truth behind it? I still need to do a little bit of investigation to understand what's really going on, right? Because various different media affectation have different biasness, have different perspective as well. So that's something that I don't have a point of view yet, but they might be just driving some fear mongering among the investors. But if you truly believe in the long term proposition of the respective coins, you have nothing to worry about. Just because they delisted on eToro, they still gonna be on other platform, right? So, not sure why eToro specifically, but and then that's pretty much it. That's interesting. Oh, the next one is on the Crib 17 hours ago. Talk about constitutional DAO to shut down and refund contributors their Ethereum. That's interesting. Seems like with respect to the transactions that they were made recently, something fishy was going on, and they had to basically refund and give the money back to the contributor, despite their investments. But they don't really say specifically why, based on the article that I read here. They just said more to come. So I guess I'll keep an eye out on this one. So it seems like Ken Griffin might not be getting the the U.S. Constitution NFT that he decided to buy, the $42 million JPEG image that he bought. Okay, so let's just dive into a technical analysis now. So with respect to recording time of 10:16 a.m. on the Eastern time, Ethereum current trade $4,211, down about 3% so far. As you can see clearly, we are still in the struggling. I think this is definitely a shoulder, head, shoulder, right? Are we gonna sell down even further, right? I think we're dragging out the line right now, right? We are still have the propensity to go down right now. We are at the neutral level, 47 out of 70, so it's not terrible, not the best either. But just think about it, in the same degree of descent, right? Let's just put it that way. Going down to 35 technically would translate into like somewhere around here, right? 3850 to 3475. So I think as we crack the 4,000, that's the next level we'll ideally test around. So I would dollar cost around these levels here, like I keep saying over and over again. Bitcoin is still bearish at the 39 out of 70, so technically not a terrible level. Again, right, we are getting relatively close to the 52. So dollar cost average around 52 to 48 is still the dip for us, right? We're getting close. Shiba Inu 21, down 5% right now. So we are at a good zone to dollar cost average right now. So 21 to 1950, right? We're at the 36 out of 70. So Dogecoin, great buy. I love these levels, to be honest with you. Cardano did break. Wow. Well, because of obviously the news they saying that they are being suspended or whatever, right? Delisted, right? So Cardano did break. And the worst happened. You see that we broke 170 with the 30 out of 70, obviously because of fear mongering. When you are hearing the list and things like that, just think of like what happened with XRP back in the day, right? Same thing happened, but they're working through it, right? Eventually it will come back. And I know a lot of crypto fund managers take this as an opportunity to actually incur major risk onto the portfolio when it was selling down, right? So what's the next level technically if we go down, right? We are basically in this free fall mode because we don't have any substantive consolidation zone. So 145 is coming. That's just the way it is. We are gonna keep seeing it. We are seeing it right now as we speak. 163 is not a level at all, as you know, because we don't have any platform. And 160 might be it, but that's not enough, I would say. 210 Solana right now, down about 3%. We're still selling off, so ideally, again, what 133 to 113 from here. XRP, oh, XRP looks interesting. I think buying the dip around the 101 right now is the dip for XRP. There are some buying opportunities for shopping right now. I think Black Friday is coming, or is here right now. So quite interesting. Polkadot down about 4.17%. Again, right, buy somewhere around like the 33 to the $25 would be still the next logical levels. Algorand up about 1.54%, 44 out of 70. So ideally buy at 160 to 152. Again, Shiba Inu is coming to fruition. We're at the 40 out of 70. We're down 10% right now. This is like just, ooh, whoever bought at the top, I pray for you. Nothing to joke about, but that's pretty serious because I'm sure some people actually bought at the top, right? And they're bleeding like crazy right now, down enormously, close to like 60%. The next consolidation level would be somewhere around like the 3610, and then if we break that, we gotta go to the 2750, like I keep saying, and then our dollar cost average anywhere around like the 2750 to the 900, like I keep saying. So these are levels to risk management, risk mitigate, per my conservatism, like I keep saying, right? Hopefully this is helpful. If you were to take a snapshot of this picture, I know the sell-off is definitely not the most ideal, especially as we head on to the holidays. But there's nothing to worry about because it's a micro and macro driven type of dynamics. I actually see some revival coming as we during the week. Crypto market is still going to be open for the next, even though it's holiday during the weekend. well, this 4-day weekend. But hope you guys all have a great time in your Thanksgiving dinner. Or I know a lot of people actually are flying out today, specifically on this Wednesday. I know some smart people actually flew out on during the past weekend already, to avoid the traffic. But despite that, still 2.2 million people travel on that specific Sunday that just passed to visit their friends. I think they try to hedge against the traffic that they will be getting technically today because of the Thanksgiving holidays tomorrow. So they want to travel to get there to the family and friends first. Um, but it still like seems like we are reviving slowly. So economically wise, despite the negative consumer number and the bond yields, we are trending in the right directions, right? So we are working on it one day at a time, gradually, and it seems like based on the quantitative numbers so far, it seems negative, but I would say there are a lot of buying opportunities right now. So I'm definitely quite bullish on the market, right? You always say that I'm like a bearish investor or I'm like very pessimistic, but that's not the case, right? I triangulate with various different factors, and it seems like the risk factors right now are in more favorable setting in comparisons to days before. So hopefully this is helpful. Really appreciate you and stay tuned for some come up. Take care. Bye.